Hello everybody, today I am going to master the deposit and I am going to do all the challenges to get all the 150 credibility starting from scratch. Now to get a fresh save I just went into the experimental server and erased my save file of my account. Now this run, like this mastery run, includes a bunch of runs and none of them are runs to like get more finances, so don't worry, if you just do this from scratch you will have enough money to finish it. So on the first run I do a lot of challenges. Something has to do with back entrance, which I'm doing right now, then sleepy security, which is knocking out 6 guards, key collector, which is getting 3 keys, so the manager's office, the archive office, I guess, keys, and the master key. Then vigilant eyes, which is not taking out the camera operator. Some other challenges that I'm going to explain as we go through. Now, in this particular run, I actually did the daily challenge on the first run with a professional bonus, but I actually did another attempt before this and I intentionally failed to get rid of the professional bonus, so I started from scratch again and got rid of the professional bonus, and I had enough money to actually follow through with the whole run. So it's nice if you do the first mission first try to get the, I think, 150% extra money, which is a lot of money considering the amount of challenges we're doing, but it's still not required. So don't don't be very upset if you fail the first time, and also don't be upset if it's not vigilant eyes that's the daily challenge that you're doing, because in this first run I'm actually doing I think 10 different challenges. I can actually check right now. And 12 different challenges, so there is a hefty chance that your current daily is a part of the challenges that I'm doing. Now this guard is pretty deaf, but let's fix that. So yeah, sleepy security, which is knocking out 6 guards, and I'm also doing clean, not kills, but clean hands, I think it's called, which is basically doing this mission with no kills, which gives us extra credibility. So yeah, knocking out, clearing this out for later use, because I am going to do a specific challenge called wrong number, which means that sorry, I will be luring the head of security by inputting the wrong code to open the vault, which is going to raise the alert level by a little bit, so have to watch out for that. Yes, and also do not knock out the head of security before you do the challenge, because that fails the challenge if you cannot lure him. Now, before you might have noticed that I actually did a little interaction on the computer in the vault and the one in the garage, both of the computers. I am not planning to, use them in any way, but it is a challenge called full takeover, which includes compromising every single computer on the map in the mission. Now here I'm doing another challenge, which is unexpected meeting, which is getting the manager into one of the secluded conference rooms. And here I did a trick of instead of just knocking out the manager, I hostaged her, then searched her, and then knocked her out. That accelerates the search speed by a lot if you're searching a conscious person. Now here it's no problem that I almost got spotted. Now I am just compromising this computer for the challenge solely. I cannot get the ID from that because I don't have Advanced Protocols 2. I only have one starting perk, which is I chose to be Advanced Protocols 1. It is the most useful one to complete as many challenges here as possible. Like, I don't... Compared to social engineering, what can you do with social engineering? Actually, 0 challenges. But if we look at Advanced Protocols challenges, we have compromised management, which is... oh yeah, here I input the wrong code. Compromised management, which is I need to get the code from manager's computer. I think that's the challenge. And also to even crack the password, I need to have Advanced Protocols 1 to lure the manager into a conference room. So yeah. What did I want to say as well? I mean, hacking is just a very useful thing to have in general. I would go as far as to say that it outclasses most of the stealth perks. Yeah, here I obtained the master key for that challenge. And I also did the wrong number. And soon enough, I will knock out enough guards to get sleepy security. I am not knocking out camera operator because I have a challenge active called Vigilant Eyes, which means that I cannot take out the camera operator. Now, what else? Yeah, Unexpected Meeting is also a challenge that I can only do. Or did I already mention that? Basically, Unexpected Meeting I can only do if I have Advanced Protocols 1. So here I compromised the servers, and I'm not sure if I already compromised the camera servers. Pretty sure I did. Yeah, I think I did. So now I'm going to just shoot this this camera so it doesn't see the vault opening. Now I tried to do some goofy stuff with just drilling and not breaking the camera, but later on I realized that I can break the camera. It will not raise the alert level by that much, and it will save me some time. It will not raise it by that much, and by that I mean at all. Yeah. So here I fumble around with, inventory management, kinda new to this whole thing. I am more used to the little squares that Entry Point Legacy has. So yeah, here I forget the hacking tablet. Classic mistake, am I right? What an amateur. So here I, get the vault open. Make sure to get the cache as well, because that's an extra challenge. Oh, and I had to drill the sensors for a challenge called Archive Examiner, which, among other things, gets me a lot of money. Now here I forget to close the vault, which I actually did this challenge, like whole match, 3 times, and 2 out of these 3 times I forgot to close the vault. Because you never close the vault unless you're doing Undisturbed Occupants, which I am not doing right now. But good thing I remembered. What else? It's payday to get the money and the challenge, and the extra money from the challenge. And I did the full takeover. Just made sure using the hacking tablet. Yeah. This is not the maximum amount of money you can obtain. It's not the maximum. I'm pretty sure you can do... what is it? Essential personnel, personal style, and some other challenge. Blitzbank if you're lucky enough, if you have a pickpocketing perk. To make it a lot easier. And restricted area too, actually. Yeah. So here I am going to do no disguise, and I'm also going to do sniper assassin. So I knock out these guards instead of killing them right away. I shoot that camera as well. And move up the bodies. Later, I guess. I am also doing resourceful robber alongside budget operation for extra perks. Now, if you paid attention, on the top right corner I actually showed my skill tree and all of the unlocks that I got in the contact network. So you will realize that I'm using social engineering 1 and pickpocketing 2, I'm pretty sure. Let's not verify. But yeah. No advanced protocols this time because due to resourceful robber and budget operation, I cannot bring a gun and a hacking tablet because both of them are pretty expensive. And resourceful robber fails if you bring anything else other than a gun to a mission. So now I don't even have any restrictions regarding the camera operator and stuff like that. He is not going to be killed as part of the sniper assassin massacre. I am going to get a different person from the basement still. Now that yellow blonde-haired guard has a security keycard, which I didn't know because might have been just me, but for a long time they didn't have any keycards. So I kinda never paid attention to them. But her name is Kelly, so I'll refer to her as Kelly from now on. She roams around the entire bank, has all the pathfinding locations of all the guards combined. And she spots you. She detects your disguise. A lot of people in the community dislike her. Well, she's quite a nuisance, I understand, but she is actually really nice to practice a disguise detect tech that I've come up with. I've come up with it on my own, but I'm not sure if it's an original technique. So basically you just get... actually, maybe throughout this video I will do that. But the gist of it is that you get spotted while wearing a disguise, and the manager or Kelly or some other guard that's not head of security will spot you, and they will run towards you, and you can just run away from them into some secluded office room and pull out your gun to hostage them. Now, the reason why it doesn't work with head of security is that I am pretty sure when I did my testing, I got spotted and he started raising the alarms immediately. So he didn't start running to me or questioning me or anything like that. So yeah, here, since I do not have Advanced Protocols 1, I cannot crack the password for manager's computer, so I am forced to get the servers. Now here I scribble down the code on a notepad. I keep this door open, I think. Later I will come to regret that decision, because I need to close it anyway. But in this game, people can spot you when the doors are in the process of being closed or opened. So yeah, here I get irritated a little bit, I remember. And I prepared the 3 guards to get killed. And thankfully I already broke this window, so I can jump through it without waiting for any civilians to pass by. Here I accidentally press H and decided it's a good idea to fiddle around with the settings. But yeah. Actually, this run I also do essential personnel, because I did not take out the head of security or the manager, and I also keep calm. Now, this being still on calm is entirely down to RNG, because since I didn't take down the head of security and I took out the camera operator, the head of security is going to walk in the camera room at some point and detect that the camera guy is not there and raise the alert level by 1. So that's going to ruin keep calm, I think, yeah. But in that case, you can do it in a later run, in run 4, I believe. Yeah, in run 4. So yeah, here I am very amazed by the accuracy of the K45. Maybe I'm aiming in the wrong directions. Well, here I hit a guy. And I dodged civilians. Anyway. I've been in the operator's Discord server for a while. And there is a specific role that people can get, among other roles. It is called Trusted Role. And I don't really understand how that trusted role works. I actually did a surprising amount of thinking towards how that actually works, how the moderators decide if you can get trusted or not. So, my sample was the entire community of entry point that was present inside the operator's Discord server. And there was a guy with around 6,000 messages. Name begins with L. And he's really chill. He's like a really cool guy. Yeah, has some funny jokes sometimes, but But he does not have trusted. I'm not sure if he's like blacklisted or something, but in my opinion he shouldn't be, because he's like a really cool person. And that's the first sample. So this was my first sample when I started doing some of my independent research. Well, research is a bit of a stretch, just looking around, more like. And I thought that it's really hard to get trusted. So all the people that have it must be like the saints of the community. But let me actually stop my rant for a little bit. Here I'm doing a loud challenge. You can see the skill tree being made in the top right. So the part of this loud challenge is to get 10 hostages and start with 10 hostages. When answering the phone, also do open the vault with the keycard and the code, and not the thermite. So that's what I'm going to do now. Then packing light, which means that I'm not bringing any backpacks. And Backpacks are not really, I would go as far as to say they're not really useful here. I just got a notification, hold on. It's nothing. Yeah, it's nothing. So, what was I saying? Right. Packing light, backpacks are not needed, but duffel bags are not needed. You can do this in a duo if you really want. This is just much easier in a duo. It actually took me, 5 tries to do this with the current setup. So if you're as good as me, I shouldn't say that. That sounds so egoistic. If you have the same experience as me, whatever, you get it, you can just get a duo or grind a little bit of more money for a better skill tree and do the challenge that way. But I didn't do that because in my opinion that kinda ruins the whole starting from scratch thing. Yeah. But so far it's just normal loud. Yeah. Back to what I was talking about. So trusted is really hard to get, is what I understood. So I looked further, and my second person that I reviewed was a challenge runner who was in the community for around 3 years, I think. And for some reason they changed their name, which is kind of weird in my opinion. Kind of implies that you have something to hide, I guess. But maybe it's just my thoughts, huh? Who am I to judge, right? And I see them having around 200 messages. And they have trusted. But they are not completely equal in ways of speaking, my two samples, my two people. They're not the same. So the way they differ is that the first guy is a real person. He has a real personality. He's a normal person. Has some opinions. Has some, things to say. Can keep up with the conversation. And does play entry point. But the second sample, he has a typing quirk. So he constantly says the cat face, which is the :3 face emoticon, if you will. And he has I say he very confidently, because I know that the little pronouns thing, she, her, in his bio, it's false. I had an alt account which I used to communicate with some of these people and gain their trust. And they basically catfished one of the moderators into thinking that they were a girl, I guess. And they're using the typing quirk of :3. So all of that combined actually maximizes the chances of you getting trusted in the server, in the operator's Discord server. And that's not an isolated incident. There were a lot more people using that typing quirk. And some of them, trigger warning, they were saying the hard R in one of other Discord servers. Only around 9 months before I recorded them. Well, I didn't literally record them getting the trusted role, but I put it on record that they have the trusted role 9 months later after they said the hard R. And I'm pretty sure I don't need to explain or provide any examples for what the hard R is. It is a slur. And when I reported that to one of the moderators, you know, things, I shall say, went a little bit corrupt. So the moderator apparently contacted the other moderators, but didn't do anything about it in the end. And the reason for that was because they don't want, quote-unquote, they don't want to bring in outside drama into the server. Well, I mean, what? Touché, yeah, I mean, toughest comebacks of 2025, I guess. Anyway, I am a little bit upset about that. But anyway, I complete the 4th run, which is the hardest run of the mastery run. And we are pretty much halfway into the video. If you're watching on this mark, thanks. Or actually, I think I'm gonna like timestamp all of the runs, so I shouldn't really thank you for watching that far if this is going to be a beginning of a timestamp, so if you know what I mean. Like the YouTube feature of timestamps. Anyway, what was I talking about? Alright, I ended that thought. So here I am doing another challenge in stealth. So I am doing silent Safecracker, I think. And restricted area. So staying out of the 1st floor and cracking the safe. So yeah, that's how it works. Pretty simple stuff. Right, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about my channel. I haven't been uploading a lot. Reason for that being I don't really know what to upload, and I know I've already made a community post asking what I should do, and there were a lot of cool suggestions. Ooh, look at that smooth operating. A lot of suggestions. I'm actually going to look at them right now. 11 comments, yep. It's loading, okay. So, the first one that pops up, Lake House Legend Stealth Guide, and also the Black Site Guide, and also the Scientist Guide. These missions are really shallow in their mechanics and in the possibility of optimizing them. So what I mean is, if you know how to complete Lake House, you know how to complete it optimally. That's period. That, you know, there's no trick to it. Scientist as well. Scientist, I just prefer to do it with kills. It's much more fun just killing everybody instead of knocking everybody out. Plus, the key card takes a long time. The only thing about Black Site is that I could make a funny little short video, or a short, who knows, about the hostile area and the positions to shoot stall, so you don't have to deal with the guards that are potentially obstructing your way. But that's where everything ends. That's where the optimality ends. You cannot optimize Black Site or Lake House or Scientist that much. Yeah. the reason why I did guides, well, quote-unquote guides, they're not really guides, for deposit, financier, cash, and setup, they're really easy missions. Anybody can do them, but I am not doing an explanation. I'm not dictating the objectives to you, like some other YouTubers. I am trying to find all the optimal stuff, and surprisingly, these 4 missions are the... Well, Black Site Loud, if you count that, but nobody watched that, so I kinda disregarded. Those missions are the only missions that are really optimizable and have any tricks to them. Well, cash is on the lower end of that, because it's really, just really boring. Like, just don't do that mission, it's so boring compared to the other 3 or 4 missions. And, yeah. I am trying to research more about Entry Point Freelancer's Cut, but I am being driven further and further away from it. Not only by the community, because the community, the people that speak there, are just so shallow as well. They're so predictable, you know. If you don't know, let me explain. It's like, you know, remove 90% of the people and, like, make these 90% of the people speak from one account. Nothing will change. All of these people but they have the same personality. They have nothing original about themselves. All of them having the hi and not really responding to other messages. Then you have the cat emoticon people. Then you have the GIF spammer people. Yeah, shallow people, just very predictable. I don't like the community. Don't like. And another type of people is the new player, I guess, archetype. Just people asking for either carries or ways to complete challenges. Mostly sniper assassin. Which is baffling to me. It is crazy, truly. These people bought the game for 300. 400 Robux is even worse if it was off sale. Oh yeah, here I make a dash for it. No, I don't. Wow, Oh wait, this is Undisturbed Occupants, right? I make a dash here instead. Now, this is just a ping glitch. I have not so stable connection in this sequence. So it was showing the network not found. And what was I talking about again? Yeah, shallow people. Don't really want to interact with them. Oh yeah, Sniper Assassin Challenge is a completely, like, new challenge added by a community member, I believe. And a lot of people struggle with it. They say that it's so luck-based, and they say that it's such a time-consuming, it's so hard. And the reason for that is that when they... Listen to me very carefully. When they try to shoot the head of security and the camera guard, the K-45 barely, rarely actually hits them. Now, they imply here that they shoot the conscious camera guard and conscious head of security while they're in the camera room. And I have no idea where that, like, narrative came from. Why do people take out the camera operator and the head of security and lure some other guard, like the guard that's in front of me right now, through mail? Why do people do that? That's completely unnecessary. And they're wasting their time. And you know what? I actually felt pity for them at some point, but now I don't care. I don't care about them. I wish for them that they went through this lengthy process, this painful process, so that then they realize what can happen, what ease it can be to actually do any of these challenges. If you think about it, if you just put 2 seconds into reading into the challenge, it says kill 3 security guards while being in the parking garage. It says kill. They don't have to be conscious. Like, dudes gotta read sometimes and not follow what has been already settled by some completely new person as well, I would imagine. Yeah, so here I just do the normal Undisturbed Occupants. It's the same one. It's the same one in my video. The same one in my video that got 1,000 views. Now, I appreciate the support, but I have made a research report on Entry Point not so long ago, relatively to the Undisturbed Occupants guide, and that got 800 views. It explains you it answers the most asked question in the whole Entry Point community. What's the best mission to grind in stealth solo? And it still has less views than some guide? Are you kidding me? It's not even an optimal... It is an optimal strategy guide, but it is a challenge guide. That's the core of it. It is a challenge guide. There's 1 trillion of those already. It's no novelty. I'm pretty sure in this position you can open the... Yeah, I do exactly that. And I barely have any out of sight, or whatever they're called in this game. So I actually start interacting behind the shelf, because you are spottable when you are interacted. So yeah, that's how you avoid being spotted by that guard in that position. Yeah, I'm really sad that something that I put a whole month of data collection into, and then data processing, and then actual advice for you, it got less views than Undisturbed Occupants? Are you kidding me? Now, I'm not disappointed, and I'm not angry. Views is views. But it's just, it's pretty unfortunate. It's an unfortunate realization that people don't want the optimal strategies, but they want some challenge guide. Yeah. Undisturbed Occupants in this run as well, so did this one first try because it's not hard. I would go as far as to say that I actually wouldn't go as I wouldn't phrase it that way as far as to say it is cut and dry that the first run that I did is much harder and more precise than this one, than Undisturbed Occupants. It's no secret. I don't bother with the money because I don't need the money. Going forward. Because these are going to be the last 2 runs, I believe. Yeah, see, I don't even change the skill tree. It's the same one I used for Undisturbed Occupants. And here I'm just going to do Blitz Bank and another one. Don't remember. Classic Mistake, it's called, which is triggering the sensors in the vault in stealth. That's the whole challenge. Very original. Actually, really original. Most of these challenges are such... They're not challenges. They showcase mechanics, right? I guess that's what they're supposed to do. Oh yeah, here I probably hide here and then I shoot shoot the guard, or just knock them out. I guess I can also just shoot them. It will be a noise heard notification, but saves a bunch of seconds. Ooh, nice sequence again here, I guess. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh. Great timing. So this is a completely normal deposit run, except I just raise the alarms at the end. That's the whole gimmick. Yeah. Let's talk about a little bit more about the channel. An entry point freelancer's cut guide for financier would be helpful, a person says. Well, I did say that I'm going to make one when it comes to stable servers, but I am really conflicted on whether or not I should do it. Because all of the challenges are also really easy. And there's tons of playthroughs already, which have thousands upon thousands of views, so you know, that cow is already milked. I am not going to continue the slop. It's not slop, but just unoriginal content. Most of the content that other entry point freelancers cut YouTubers do is unvoiced over. Is unvoiced. I might be one exception, but if that's the only thing that stands out about me, is it really that much? Okay. So yeah, there's tons of entry point freelancers cut financier guides. I don't... It would pull in views, one replier says, but like, don't really like that phrase, pull in views. Views is not something I'm going for necessarily. I am going for reliability of my guides and originality and Jesus, and correctness of my guides. I'm not going... If I get a lot of views, if it's something new, but I don't put enough research into it, I am contributing to disinformation. It's really a terrible feeling when you think about it. When I just get blinded by the possibilities of views and stuff. Oh yeah, here I search the body quickly, the conscious person. Then play a game that you actually love, and I can make myself a challenge in the financier. Well, Yeah. I don't want to do challenges. I don't want to. There's already a very extensive... Oh yeah, here I raised alarms. An extensive community dedicated to that. I am not going to be a novelty of challenge running scene. No, I was that. I guess I wasn't even back in 2020. Yeah, it's crazy. This section is kinda hard to just do with K45, and if you're inexperienced yourself, so that might be a little bit hard for you, but it's nothing too hard. You have a reliable K45 in your arms. Yeah, don't like challenges. I don't care about challenge runners, other people that run challenges. They're just doing what's popular. Like, I just saw a deposit Aegis armor, no kills, I believe. That was such a pain to watch because of how boring it was, because it's just a challenge. And it got, I believe, more than 1,000 views, which is depressing. I'm happy for the person, but it's depressing that this is what the people want to see. And by people, I mean my viewers also, by extent. The challenges should not get that many views, is what I say. Yeah, maybe I'll do a hacking tutorial for this game, stealth hacking in particular, because loud hacking is as mechanically advanced as entry point stealth hacking, which is not advanced if you haven't played entry point. It's not really complicated, but some perks can be a little bit confusing at first, because they were confusing for me. I believe I'm not the only one. So yeah, this is the last run, I guess, of this match, of this session. I am most likely, well, it is planned that I do a part 2 of this, which is going to be Financier Mastery, completely Mastery. After Sishato adds all the additional challenges, because suggestions for challenges were open again in Operator's Discord server. So after those release into experimental, I will start thinking on how to do that as well. I don't have any other video in mind, but now that I think about it, tutorial for hacking can be quite good. Because as far as I know, there isn't a comprehensive hacking tutorial. Actually, I can just search it up right now. Entry point freelancers cut hacking tutorial. Type that all in caps on accident. No, there's just... How is craziest entry point freelancers cut glitch the first thing that pops up? Why? Okay. Just why? I don't understand. And the hacking in loud? Without even explaining hacking in stealth, I'm looking at this unofficial guide. So yeah, probably gonna do that next. I am going to timestamp this video, so you will have an easier access to the contents of the video. And here I just try to live, and The skill tree I used is pretty much the same one that I used for my third run. So the first run that was loud, and third run in general. But since I had more money, I grabbed extra perks, I believe. And clearing out the garage is very simple because it is just a fixed amount of SWAT that you need to kill. It's not like you have to get the garage to be cleared and not have that many SWAT at once. It doesn't matter. So yeah, pretty easy overall. The third run, the first loud one, is going to be hard for you if you don't know how to do loud and all of these challenges combined. Yeah, I am actually doing this on the other day. I'm not doing it all on the one day when I did the daily challenge because I couldn't finish it on Monday. But the money you gain does not matter after you get the definitive loud and undisturbed occupants skill tree. So yeah, that was pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to comment and black screen, I guess. Maybe like, maybe subscribe. I don't know. Only if you're gonna watch. I don't really want dead subscribers. So yeah, good.